This video demonstration of a work in progress version of the Yearly Poultry Farm Manager was recorded in 2020 June during the early period of the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. The Yearly Poultry Farm Manager is designed to be an advanced or superior alternative to the monthly Poultry Farm Manager, which is a more basic application. Now, farm owners will be able to choose to buy either of those two products, all right, depending on their preferences. And also maybe whether or not they can afford whatever the price is on either one, okay, because the Yearly Poultry Farm Manager will be differently priced. I'm keen to bring as many of my existing farm CEO clients, users of the monthly Poultry Farm Manager, on board the forthcoming beta evaluation test drive exercise, so they can take advantage of the low entry price that's been offered to own a copy of the new Yearly Poultry Farm Manager. It's my own way of appreciating and rewarding them for giving me a chance with the monthly version by taking a leap of faith to buy from me over the years. So watch the video demonstration that's about to come up and listen to the audio message I've appended to the end. Remember, the video you're about to watch, the demonstration, was recorded back in June 2020. Right now, today is the 20th of May 2021. So you can see how long it's been. So a lot of progress has been made since then, which is why this impending test drive has been conceived.
Right, as you can see from the screenshots I sent, I shared with this video. This is going to be a short video. I got commissioned by a client. He's based in the UK but has a farm in Ogun State to build a 1-year version of this application. So it's like taking back to the original version that I built before I decided to cut it down to a monthly version because people were talking about cost. So he actually paid considerable sum for me to extend it to the 1-year version, but I gave him a huge discount because I decided that, of course, there will be other people who had already asked for it who will be interested in having it. All right, so you can see the tables there going right up to, maybe I should just go down further, right up to December. And once you just change the year, the entire table will switch. Okay, so it's nothing special, it just goes right down up to December. Okay. Now if you go here, you want to change the year at any point in time, all you have to go to the update settings table. Whenever you see the prompt to save, you don't have to save most times unless you are ready to save, because it just take a few seconds. So let's say change year to 2021, for instance. Let's assume we're going to new year. And go back to the table, you wait a few seconds, you see the way the whole thing changes. You can see that the year entries have now changed right down, it keeps going right down to the end. All right, so that's a very significant change. It took a lot of work to get all that back in. And then, the farm operations report, which tapped from this, just click no for the saving. We tapped no. We tapped from the data entry table that have now been extended to 1 year from 1 month. You can see that the dates as reflecting now the new year. But these tables now tap from that entire 1 year of records. So you don't have to, I've done all the checks and everything's working perfectly. You'll be able to use the application to generate reports for any month you're in all through the year, no matter what service you're looking at. And then most importantly, there's this part which I'm working on now. This is the last part I'm going to have to work on. He asked for other particular functionalities, which I don't think most of you will be interested in. So I don't know, some remote access to report generated. If you want that also, that can be put in for you. But for the most part, I know a lot of people have been talking about this data entry thing, 1 year of records, and all the supply schedules, the cash book, all of them already accommodate 1 year of data. So it's just the data entry for the operational data that was the problem. So this year YTD summary, we actually have, it's kind of like the way you have this for the monthly summaries, okay, the weekly and monthly summaries. It's the same way you would have the YTD summaries. So to do the year end, and it should allow you to do analysis. So that's the reporting interface I'm working on. But the things I needed to check first of all and make sure that all the other aspects that tap from the new 1 year database table were working okay, which is what I've done. So I'm hinting you about this because, as I said, this is in a season where I'm approaching a 50-year mark, and I feel this is a way I can give back. So I'm trying to offer this to any of you who are interested. Some of you have asked for this in the past, but what you paid for was different. If you want this, I'll make you an offer. It's more or less like a giveaway. You practically pay nothing. I'm trying to get people on board in my Discover Cotonou Club. That's mainly the thing. But those who choose not to go into the club will still have it, but for a different offer. Right, so that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. If you have any interest in it, get across to me.
So you've watched the video. Now, by way of interest, I sent that video demonstration you just watched to some clients who had purchased the monthly poultry farm manager, but who I recalled had indicated interest in investing in having me build the yearly poultry farm manager. The challenge I'd had at that time was that I had limited free time to really give the needed focus to do the spreadsheet design overhaul as well as the related Excel VB coding modification. I don't know how many of you are into coding at any level, but believe me, it's not easy. And you don't want to do something that doesn't work properly for people. This is something that people are using to run businesses. So I don't take chances. If I know I can't do it properly, I just won't start it. But when the lockdown happened, I decided to go ahead. All right, what you see in the video were highlights of the key progress I'd made as at that time, back in, I think it was late June, very late in June. I decided to send the video to the other farm CEOs to get them on board so they could participate in the process, because you never know, somebody might have some other ideas and you want to incorporate that so as to cater for their needs. As I noted in the back then, I just finished the tedious and challenging task when I did the video of extending the farm operations data entry table to cater for 1 year's worth of data, as against the 30 days or 1 month of data entry that the monthly poultry farm manager could handle. Okay, so as of that time the video was recorded, I had already actually started work. So I was doing that video recording because I wanted to send it to people. So next thing to do at that time was to update the different reports, the year to date, what I call the YTD summaries, the year to date summary reports, and they were completely different in scope from what you had in the monthly poultry farm manager. So I needed to update the different reports to auto-generate based on daily, monthly, and yearly data that will be available in the yearly poultry farm manager. So different scenario completely or entirely. Since then, using the feedback from users of the monthly poultry farm manager to visualize the likely needs, I've extended the application even further to cater for the duration of the life cycle of an entire batch of birds. In other words, previously I'd done it as of when I did that video. You could see up till the end of the year, 31st of December 2020. That was 1 year's range of worth of data. But I've extended it since then because the cycle of life of a batch of birds will go into roughly about typically 18 months thereabouts. So before you call them, so that's what I did to extend it to cover the period from the start. That's when you do that day-old birds, when you get day-old birds in up till when you call the birds, and just a little bit further than that. That way, the yearly poultry farm manager allows you to handle all data for every production cycle conveniently in one place. And after you're done with that batch, you simply zero the application and initialize it with data for the new batch of birds you introduce. So compared to the monthly poultry farm manager, which requires handling of data for each month in a separate copy of the application, and without the benefit of simultaneous access to consecutive monthly data for training and analysis, this yearly poultry farm manager not only makes life easier, but it also allows you the opportunity to gain more accurate insights for timely and accurate decision making to move your farm business forward. Now, I will not be posting a public video demonstration of the final interfaces in the completed yearly poultry farm manager once it launches. That will only be available on a private basis to selected farm CEOs who meet the requirements I will specify once the beta evaluation use exercise ends. Right? Because it's not for everybody. And like I said, this is a new product, and with all the noise, the nonsense I've heard about some people trying to pirate my products in some parts of the country, and this is how I put. So if you're going to buy that kind of thing from me, you've got to have experienced me with some of my products. I don't think you're just going to jump up and come and buy a 150,000 naira yearly poultry farm manager without even seeing the monthly version. So you're going to be getting the monthly version literally free when you buy the other one, the yearly poultry farm manager. That's the way it's going to be. If this new yearly poultry farm manager application strikes you as one you'd find useful to take your business data recording, analysis, and report generation to the next level, get in touch with me for details about how to sign up for the beta evaluation test drive, which will afford you the opportunity to pay a fraction of the 150k other buyers will be offered. As I've said before in other recordings, I won't even be debating this with anybody. If you want to buy it, you buy it. If you don't want to buy it, no problem.